All right, for those of you joining us today, thank you so much for making the time for this. We've got something different today. Chris and I are friends for a few years now, and he reached out to me because he's working with OJO Labs. Is it OJO Labs or OJO Labs? Okay.
OJO Labs.
All right, OJO Labs.
Yes, it's not the Southern California pronunciation.
I was confused, but OJO Labs.
Yeah.
And I looked him up and I thought, whoa, that's pretty cool, pretty different. And so if you don't know Chris Heller, he's got a massive, amazing real estate team in San Diego. Obviously, he told us a little bit of his background there, moving from LA to San Diego. And he originally was from LA, but didn't start real estate until he got to San Diego, then blew it up. Dude, I remember when you were with Mike Ferry coaching with them, then grew into all that. I used to watch your videos going in and doing the scripting religiously. I'm like, dude, this guy's insanely awesome. So you grew into being amazing there. Then you became, was it the CEO of Keller Williams?
Yeah, first I was the president of the worldwide division, launching globally, and then 2015 became the CEO.
And then after that, you just blew up even more, dude.
Yeah, I went and spent a year at Loan Depot and became the CEO of a sister company, Mellow Home. Learned a lot about the mortgage industry. Oh. And I had been an early investor in OJO Labs and an advisor. And then they invited me to be on their board. And then in July of 2019, last year, they were getting to the size where they said, hey, we could really use you full time. Would you consider joining us full time? And I really like the company. I really like the team. And I said, yeah, I think it'd be fun.
Nice, dude. So now that you're here, can you tell us about OJO Labs and what it is and how it helps real estate agents?
Yeah. So it's a technology company really born out of the idea of helping people make better decisions. And the way we do that is through a fusion of artificial and human intelligence. So consumers can interact with OJO via SMS, via text messages, and ask questions. We've put together a lot of different assets. So we had purchased WolfNet technology, which is the largest aggregator of MLS data. So we have all the MLS data. We're able to serve up properties to consumers, answer their questions. As they look at properties and answer questions, we start to learn what their preferences are and what their likes are and the characteristics of what they're looking for and where they're looking. And then OJO, as it learns that, starts sending properties to consumers that meet those needs or match those characteristics. At some point, consumers usually want to see a property or they have a question that requires an agent, and we want to work with great agents. So at that point, we introduce them to a top agent or a loan officer if it's a financing question to help them get their needs met. Then recently in June, we purchased a company called, this one over here, called Movoto. And Movoto is a real estate portal. And we have now hundreds of thousands of consumers that on a monthly basis are visiting the site. And many of them, again, want to see a property or have a question. And when they do, we want to connect them to the right agent and a great agent. And that's why we started, which some people may have seen over the last few weeks on social media, we started the OJO Select Network. And that is a referral network of just the best agents we can find across the country to make introductions to.
All right. Now I'm looking at the OJO right now. It says account agent login, right? So if I were to log in there, it'd give me the back end.
Yeah, but if you click on the button above there where learn more and apply, that goes into that really explains exactly what the network is and how we do things and how to apply.
All right, so let's go through this just like verbally, right?
Yeah.
So let's say I go to, hold on, let me go back so that we can go to OJO at the very beginning. So it's ojo.com, and then if I scroll all the way down, that's where it says, see how agents use OJO, or are you a real estate agent? That's where I want you guys to go, because in essence, what it is, it's a referral network. So let me stop sharing this. So tell me, Chris, who can apply for this as an agent? Is it open to everybody? And what should we expect?
Yeah, so two important questions. Anyone can apply. What we're looking for in most cases is we're looking for agents that have have a good amount of experience. What's most important to us is that the consumer gets a great experience. And when we're talking to consumers on the phone or interacting with them, and we tell them that we're going to connect them with a great agent, we want to make sure that the agent we match them to lives up to those standards. So typically we look for agents that have been in the business for at least 3 years and that have closed at least 25 transactions in the previous 12 months. Now, if someone's listening or watching and they haven't done that, I would still apply. There's times in certain areas where, because of the amount of consumers that we have, that we need more agents, and sometimes we'll relax those standards or adjust those standards to meet that demand. What's most important is not so much those numbers. What's most important, like I said, is an agent that's going to be able to give someone a great experience and really take care of that client. When we make that introduction, Tristan, it's someone who is saying, hey, I want to see this home, or they're saying, I have a question, or they've been looking and now they're saying, yeah, I'm ready to meet an agent. So the introductions we make, some of them are consumers that just need a question answered, and it's someone that agent will be able to build a relationship with and add to their database and will be future business for them. Other consumers that we introduce are they found the home they want to make an offer on and they're ready to go. Or they know exactly what they're looking for and they want that agent to help find them. And that's more of a now business for them to build their business with.
All right, I like that. So I remember way back when Redfin came out, I jumped in early on as a referral partner, and they started sending me a ton of leads in the Westlake Village, Ventura County area. They did very well. And then they shifted, and it's like, oh, well, now we're making partners, right? This is how it works. You guys acquired Movoto, which was, in essence, a real estate brokerage. It was an online real estate brokerage, right? And
yeah, it sort of operated like Redfin, but they had brokerage operations only in 5 markets, and all 5 markets were in California.
Yep.
So we're nationally going and making, have consumers that are shopping on Movoto, and we're now able to make introductions, across the country to agents, and we don't, whether they're a Coldwell Banker agent or Keller Williams agent, a EXP agent, as long as they do a great job and know how to take care of consumers, then we want to partner with them.
All right, I like that. And so let's explain how this referral process works. Is it 30%, 35%, 40%? What are we looking at?
Yeah, it's up to 35%. And the way it works specifically is when we have a consumer who comes to us a couple of different ways. They might be on Movoto.com shopping for homes, and they might fill out a form and ask for information or ask for help. They could come through OJO organically, or they could come through another referral source of leads that we have, or another partnership that we have. When they request information or to talk to an agent, we immediately call them, and we verify that they do want to talk to an agent and they do have a need, and verify where they're looking and that sort of thing. And then we'll ping or text up to 5 agents. And the first agent that responds is the one that we make the introduction to. And we do a live introduction. So an agent hits the button on their phone to accept the lead, and then within a couple of minutes, their phone rings, and our call center representative and the consumer are on the line. They make the introduction and they say goodbye, and then the agent and the consumer take it from there. We have a concierge team that does a fast follow and stays in communication with you as the agent and with me as a consumer throughout the process, making sure that we're both getting what we need and communication's flowing. And if you have a hard time getting a hold of me and you mention that to the concierge, then they'll get a hold of me and say, hey, Tristan's been trying to reach you. And sometimes we find out that they've just been on vacation. They weren't ghosting you or ignoring you. And then we get you back in communication.
I love that, man. Well, I applied last week, so we're wrapping up.
Well, yeah, we'll see if you qualify. And
well, I'm almost there. I'm almost there. Let me show everybody the screen where the application checklist is. I just pulled that one up, and just so you have it, remember this doesn't apply all the time, like Chris is saying. If for any reason they're low on agents in an area, of course, and you have some experience, they'll take you, right?
Yeah, it's again, it's the type of agent and a great agent. I got an email yesterday from a guy who sold a ton of homes, but he just relocated markets and he's getting going again in the new market. There's no doubt in my mind he would do a great job with our clients and consumers. So, you know, we're absolutely gonna make those adjustments and add in the right people.
I love that, man. All right, hold on. There's a couple of questions here. Paige says, how is this different or better than what Zillow does?
Well, you know, one of the things that, so it's similar to Zillow's Flex program, but it's similar to other programs out there too. So HomeLight or Sold.com or
Estately, right?
Estately, yeah, there's a bunch of them. I think what makes it different are a couple of things. One is if the consumer's been interacting with OJO. Now, so let me explain what I mean by that. Sometimes a consumer contacts, they just want to get connected to an agent, and we facilitate that. Other times they're not ready to talk to an agent. So we'll onboard them onto the OJO product where they're, for weeks or months, sometimes they're interacting with OJO and exploring and learning about properties, and OJO's learning about them. And then they're ready to be connected to an agent. At that point, we have a lot of information about that consumer, a lot of insights that we're then able to share with the agent, which is, as an agent, really useful to know, hey, this is where they started, and this is where they're at now, and this is what they're looking for. The other thing that makes it different is that whether it's myself, Jeremiah Taylor, who I think you know, Mike Chang.
Yeah, Jeremiah, that's cool.
Yeah, Mike Chang just joined us, who's I've known for a long time. He used to work for me years ago in my real estate team. We're all real estate agents, and we speak the language and we understand. So we're constantly looking at ways to optimize what we do, whether it's from scripting to whether it's how we're interacting with agents, you know, taking feedback from agents, looking at how we can improve the process, make it a better experience, not only for a buyer or a seller, but also a better experience for our agents, because this is absolutely a team effort to make this work.
I love that, man. That does totally make sense. I've got this fly roaming around me right now. Like I don't want the Mike Pence incident from last night, so I'm trying to do it away.
Hey, just think how famous you'd be, because you'd be all over social media today like he is.
Dude.
Or like the fly is, I should say.
I just need like really white hair so it stands out. That's all. Anyway, this makes sense because a lot of these other companies, they start reverse. Actually, almost every company that I could think of that's made it started reverse. They've got the tech people, they've got the funding, and they're missing that connection to the real estate world, which is what you and your team bring. And I love that because you're coming from a different angle, which is, I think, the best angle.
Yeah, look, we have a great technology team, right? Great engineers, great product people, but they think differently because they don't understand the nuances of our industry. And there's a lot of them, right? There's a lot of nuance to what we do and how we do it and how we operate on a daily basis and how we interact with consumers. And so us being able to meld both of those together really starts to become magical in what we're able to deliver. The other piece that I think is unique is our concierge team. Now there's some other companies that say they have concierge teams, but our concierge is this team of just super happy, great people that whoever talks to them on the phone loves talking to them, and they're really there to help, you know, facilitate. Because when I make an introduction to you, Tristan, as to a buyer or a seller that, you know, you don't know them, they don't know you, you know, sometimes that first conversation goes great and you guys are off and running, but sometimes it doesn't, and you need us to help, you know, push that consumer back to you or make sure that you know what's going on each step of the way, and vice versa. You know, sometimes the consumer and the agent just don't mix, and we're able to find out if there's anything we do to help fix that. If not, then, you know, make a switch.
All right, there's a whole bunch of questions. I've answered some, but I'm going to ask you anyway, just in case I didn't answer them right. How many agents does OJO have in each market? I'm assuming it differs because of size, right?
It does. You know, so what differs is the lead volume, right? There may be more consumers shopping in Phoenix than there is in Tucson or in Bozeman than there is in Whitefish, although I've been shopping a lot in Whitefish. So based on that, we'll need more agents. What we will do is we'll limit the number of agents per zip code. So one of the things that we do is ask agents to choose zip codes. So starting next week, on October 15th, we'll start formally onboarding agents. And part of that onboarding process is that agents will go through and they'll select zip codes. And we'll limit that because we want agents to have a great experience with OJO, and we want it to be meaningful. Like if you're going to be one of our referral network agents, Tristan, we want you to get enough introductions to where you go, hey, I like this and this is important to me, and I'm going to treat it that way. Whereas if you get an introduction once a year, it's like, oh well. So yes, we will limit it, but it varies. So the numbers aren't going to mean anything if I throw out numbers, but we want it to be a meaningful exchange.
All right, man. And so do we on my end as an agent team. I put the 3 top agents on my team on this because I don't want it to also reflect badly on me, because I want more referrals from you guys.
Yeah. Well, and you bring up a really good point. A lot of teams may not think the way that you think, and that is that there's 3 things that ongoingly we're going to be evaluating our agent partners on, and these are not in order of importance, but responsiveness. Are they responding to the consumer? Are they responding to us? Are they giving us updates? Are they responding to the concierge? That's really important. The other is effectiveness. If we introduce you to a bunch of people and you end up not helping them or not being able to help them, then then we need to see why, what's going on. And then the third is customer satisfaction. We want the customer to say, hey, OJO, thank you so much for introducing me to Tristan. He and his team, I don't know what we would have done without him. Right? That's what we want to hear. And based on those 3 things, that's going to mean more opportunities. So if someone does have a team, and let's say they have 2 or 3 listing agents or 4 or 5 buyers agents, we know that they're not all created equal. And so if you have a team, you want to put your best people on these consumers, because it's going to impact your future opportunities.
Agreed, man. Agreed. I've got Curtis here. What's up, Curtis? He says he tried to sign up, but he's not been an agent for more than a year. Is there anybody he can email to see?
Yeah, you can message me on Facebook. You can send me an email, cheller@ojolabs.com. Message me on LinkedIn, and then I'll connect you with the team.
Perfect. I just put up your email there, cheller@ojolabs.com.
You're good.
Awesome. All right. A ton more questions. So
all right.
If I miss your question, because I may, and we're not even on Facebook yet. So if I miss your question, please just text me. I put my cell phone number up there, and I'll answer. I'll text Chris. I'll be like, hey, hold on, let me text him. So do that. Here's one question for Paige.
Okay.
Is there a tiered referral cost to the agent, and how is that determined?
It's a great question. There's not a tiered program. One of the things we've talked about, and don't be surprised at some point if you see us do this, is that the more effective the agents are, the lower that referral rate could be. We want to, this is not about bilking the agents. Like, I'm an agent, you're an agent, right? We want this to be a fair exchange, but we also want to reward the agents to do a great job. And that's the best way, one of the best ways we could think to reward them. So the other thing we do also is, on occasion, we'll have a consumer that's in a low price range, maybe a low price range for the market, right? Like where you're at, Tristan, there's, I don't even know what the low end of the market is where you're at, but there is a low end. And if someone's at or below that, we don't want it to be a burden on the agent. So on occasion, and we'll make exceptions, say, hey, on this one, Tristan, if you can help these people, it's a 20% referral fee or 10%, because it's a lower price property. And we want to make sure that we can help as many consumers, and ideally all the consumers that have a real estate need. And we don't want that fee to get in the way of that.
Got it. Makes sense, dude. I love that. I love it. It is very similar to some of the other ones that I've experienced in the past. So can you explain what the business model is here? Because I don't want people to fear that it's like Zillow, which Zillow started saying at the beginning, right? Hey, we're not in this, and then they end up doing it anyway. So,
right. So
business
yeah.
model.
So we consider ourselves a consumer. We're really a B2B to C model right now. ultimately, we think OJO will become more of a consumer product. We will always want to use the best professionals, the best loan officers and real estate agents that we can find to work as a team with to help the consumers. We will have some Movoto agents in some markets, because in some markets we have to. We're a licensed broker in 50 states, and in some markets they require to have some agents, but it is not anyone's goal at OJO to build a big national brokerage company. I've already helped do that before.
Nice. Nice. Good answer. Good answer. All right. You actually answered another question there. Where are you located? What states are you in?
Yeah, all 50 states. We are, it's really where most of the consumers are shopping, is where most of the opportunities come from. We have about 75 to 80% of the MLS data on Movoto, and that numbers continue to rise. So there's a few MLSs where if you're shopping on Movoto, you won't see inventory, but like I was looking at Jackson Hole and they weren't there yet, but all that is coming.
Nice, nice. And Steve says, I came in a little late, but maybe you covered are the referral fees the same for buyers and sellers, or are they different?
Yes, no, it's the same. Same fee on buyers and sellers. About 15 to 20% of the consumers are either a seller or a buyer that needs to sell. And then the rest are just buyers.
Awesome. Are there any other fees besides a referral fee, like $50 here, $20 there? No?
No, there's not.
And this is open to all real estate agents from all brokerages, correct?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Just wanted to clarify that. And I think I got those questions done. This is a good one. Just to understand the depth of this. Lynn says, how many agents are currently working right now with OJO Labs across the nation? Do you know?
Yeah, so the OJO Select Network is just launching now. We just launched the first 5 markets, all in California, 4 in California and then Las Vegas. And that was like 2 weeks ago. On November 1st or 2nd is when we'll actually really start launching. So between now and then, this is the time for agents to get on board, and we'll start onboarding on October 15th. And then on November 1st is really when we start launching in a meaningful way across the country.
Dude, that's cool. I remember when I got into some of these first referral companies way back, and that was beautiful.
It's the best time, because
it is the best time.
There's all these people that want to be introduced and not enough agents yet. So you will likely get more opportunities early on, and then the ones that do a great job with them will continue to get more opportunities.
All right, cool. Jen asks, how long after applying should we expect to hear from you? Will it be a call or an email?
Yeah, so it'll likely be both. The team. So there's a lot that goes into this, as I'm sure you can all imagine. Starting on October 15th, you'll absolutely start hearing from the team, because that's when the onboarding will start. So between now and the 15th, you probably won't hear a whole lot. But today is, what's today, the 8th? So it's, we're a week away from starting to onboard agents. Awesome. So if you did apply and you haven't heard anything yet, don't panic. But feel free to check in. You can either shoot me an email and I'll make sure the right person gets it, or just contact us.
Cool. One for you here says, Lynn Cohen says, Chris, as a former TL back in production, I used your listing presentation video to train newbies. I feel like I know you and would love to connect.
That's awesome. Well, I hope it helped, and I hope they were successful getting those listings.
Yeah, I've just put in your email there so she can reach out to you.
All right, cool.
So this is a good question. I saved it for a little further in, only to see if we would cover it. And it's Sue. What's up, Sue? I feel like I see you often here on webinars. Agents have different personalities. How do you match the client to the right agent that would work best with them? It's not just numbers of sales, right? Or yeah. How does this work?
Yeah, so Sue, yeah, absolutely. I mean, right now, when we start, we don't really have any of that information or data to go by. Over time, we're going to learn about our agents in a big way, and we'll learn about their strengths and their weaknesses and their likes and dislikes. And then as we learn about consumers, are the algorithms that we use to select agents and who we pinged for an opportunity, we'll get smarter and smarter. So at first, it's going to be who's in that market and who's available, who's part of the network. But over time, then we'll be able to do a better job of making a match that's a good fit on both sides, because that's what it takes to be successful. You need the right agent and the right consumer that really hit it off. And when what we know, and we all know, is when you have a great agent and a great loan officer and the right consumer all involved in a transaction, it's going to go well more times than not.
Awesome, dude. And are there any protected areas like where you don't give out more than a certain amount of zip codes, like let's say 2 or 3, and that's it?
No. I think right now we have it set at for individuals up to 20 zip codes, and for teams up to 30 zip codes. So when you go through the onboarding process, there may be, I'm fairly confident there'll be times when we're going to reach out to agents and say, hey, would you like to add more zip codes? We need more coverage, or can you also cover this area? And you'll say, yep, I know that area, I can handle that, or you know what, that's too far out for me. I'm not the best person.
Thanks, man. All right, Candy says application done. Good job, Candy. That was fast.
She's fast.
That was fast. All right, Paige has another one, and this is a good one. What about dual agency? What's the fee for that? So let's say we get a seller, and let's say the buyer that we get from OJO Labs says, I want to buy that one. What happens then?
Yeah. So in that scenario, or if it's a seller and they turn around and buy, it's I think the way our agreement reads, if it's within that 12-month period, then it's a referral fee on each transaction.
All right, cool. Makes sense.
Here's what we know about agents. I mean, these, my team is part of a lot of these, similar type programs. And, what I've trained my team in the mindset is that every introduction we get should be future, business or future referral business. So if we treat every one of these introductions like it's someone that we're adding to our database and someone that we're going to continue to market to, even if they're not ready now, they will be at some point. And if we do a great job, they're going to tell other people about us.
That's very true. Very true. All right. So let's get into the quality of the leads. Where are the leads coming from? Do you know, if Facebook lead ads, Google PPC?
Yeah. So not too many, excuse me, not too many social media ads. We're not doing a lot of that. We've tried it at different times. The vast majority of them are, hold on one second. I'm going to mute myself and clear my throat.
Yeah, no problem.
The vast majority of them are people that are shopping on a real estate portal. So most of them are on Movoto.com. Some of them are, we have partnerships with Bankrate. So some of them are seeking financing first. We have an arrangement with LendingTree, some others. And so most of them are people that are online. They fill out a form. Again, we call them. And when we call them, we make sure that they do want to be introduced to an agent. Now, as far as the quality goes, we all have different definitions of what a quality lead is, right? Like a universal definition is someone that says, hello, yes, I want to buy this house. Can you represent me? Or I need to sell my house. Please come over, right? That's a high quality lead. Here's what I can tell you. Some of these consumers just have a question and they will turn into a future client for you. Other of them are very far down the path and know what they're looking for and where they're looking, and they want to get out there and see it. So it's hard for me to say, hey, they're high quality, low quality. They're a new consumer that you're being introduced to that you can either going to help you with your now business or your future business. And my attitude as an agent was, whether it's now or in the future, it's all an opportunity to do a great job for someone and earn a commission.
Yeah, that makes sense, dude. I love that. Thank you. All right. So can a loan officer apply?
Great question. And right now, no. But here's what I would do if I was a loan officer. I would tell all my agent clients, or at least the ones I like, about this and bring value to them by telling them about a new source of business and get them involved with this, and then tell them that you'll pre-qualify all their buyers that they get from OJO.
That is a really good idea, man. I love that. That's one way to get business. Hey, sign up here early. Good, good idea. Lori says she's on it. Thanks.
Thanks,
So
Lori.
good. Wendy, she says, where can we send transaction record? Didn't see a place to attach that to the application. Is that something after? What happened?
No, I will. I'll tell you what. Someone asked me that earlier, and I got the information, and I posted it. I will find it, and I'll get it to you, Tristan, if you can.
Yeah.
If maybe you can post it.
What I'll do is everyone that registered for this, I'll send them the recording tomorrow, and I'll also send them any links you want me to add there.
That'd be awesome.
So if anybody wants to sign up then, or any other PDFs you want to send my way, I'll
That's
put that
perfect. And I got, in fact, I got a couple little videos you could, if you want to include those too.
Perfect, dude. That'd be awesome. All right, Connie says, sent in my California application. Good job, Connie. Love that.
I love this group. It's a group of people that take action.
Yeah, they'll jump on this, dude. All right. Here's an anonymous one. I'll be licensed in Montana before the end of the year. Would I have 2 accounts with 2 areas? How does that work?
Yeah, it's a good question. That's funny. That's Montana. I'm even thinking about getting my license.
Of course you are, dude.
But well, he's not listening. I have an agent who's really good, really knowledgeable, not the best at being responsive. And so that's something that's really important as agents. So yeah, if you work, sometimes teams are, have multiple locations. So right now our team functionality doesn't allow us to onboard you and have multiple locations. So you would actually do it twice. You do it in your market where you're operating now, and then where you're going to be operating in Montana.
Perfect. All right, good answer. I just put up the link again if you're wondering where to go to sign up. It's ojo.com. It's there. Click it and scroll to the very bottom, and that's where you would click if you're a real estate agent. And Pamela, not necessarily. If you're a newer agent, you can still apply. You're just going to have to email Chris, and then he'll put you in contact with the right person. Let me just put up his link, his email again there. Awesome. All right. Oh, let's see what we got here. Oh, Connie says it's my hometown, Whitefish.
Really?
So cool.
I'm now a property owner in Whitefish.
Nice, man. Nice. Answered that one. All right. Riz says, do you automatically get our broker's signature, or do we need to pursue?
So glad that he brought that up, that question. So so part of the onboarding process after you apply is a DocuSign will go out simultaneously to you and your broker. So what I strongly recommend is that you let your broker know what it is and why it's coming to them. Otherwise, it's going to sit in their inbox, or they're going to delete it, and we can't onboard you until your broker signs it. So the good news is we just do one referral agreement. We call it like a master agreement. So every time we send you and make an introduction, there's not a new referral agreement. There's just one for all of the ones we send you, but it does need to be signed initially by the agent and the broker.
All right, perfect. That's how I did it. My broker signed it that same day, so last week. Kevin Kent, do you know Kevin by any chance? Kevin Kent, sound familiar?
It sounds familiar.
All right, he says, hi, Chris, signing up. Are you still playing the drums? He knows you.
You know what? This is so funny. So the answer is no, but I was listening to music last night. I had my iTunes on. I was listening to this song, and it had a great drum beat to it. And I was like, I need to start playing the drums again. So I'm not good enough. I need an instructor. So I guess we could wear masks, and maybe he could instruct me over Zoom. But
yeah, dude, come on.
Yeah. No, I will be playing the drums soon. I promise.
I love it. All right. Good one. Good job, man. Here's Anita. I just got on the webinar. Could you please go over the cost? It's 35% referral fee, up to 35% referral fee. And is this a version of a Zillow type of program? Well, it's more like we were mentioning, there are companies like this, the HomeLight and Estately, similar to Redfin on the referral side of it. That's what it's more like. So just sign up, take a look at it, Anita. And then what else we got here. Kevin responded to the drum thing. He says, I gigged at a rock and roll club in Whitefish 40 years ago. So, dude, you're striking a chord with Whitefish.
Yeah, that's Whitefish is like
Who knew?
a hot spot now. Who knew?
I
I went up there. My plan was to spend a month in an Airbnb, just work there for a month. The day before I left to go up there, the agent called me and said, okay, you said you've been looking for this, and this. Something is available, but you got to act on it now. I actually bought it on my way driving up to Whitefish.
Wow. Wait, what month was that?
June.
All right, cool. Well, dude, that's the world we live in, man.
It is.
It's the world we live in.
It's going to happen. You never know when one of these introductions are going to turn into an instant buyer or seller.
That's right, man. All right. Yeah. See, Anita says she also remembers you from Mike Ferry Elite Inner Circle many years ago. I love it.
Yeah.
Dude, you're bringing back a lot of great memories.
Someone found some old photos. Someone in my company found some old photos and they put it in a presentation and I didn't know it. And it popped up, this photo from like 1991 of me popped up. I had a lot of big hair and gold bracelet and all sorts of things going on.
That's funny, dude. Well, Steve has a question about this, and I don't think we covered it. And it's, are the consumers going to the consumer-facing side of this? How does that look for the consumer side? Yeah,
so the introductions that we make, either simply filled out a form on a real estate site and wants to talk to someone and we'll connect them, or they either went to OJO and got introduced to OJO, or either through one of our partnerships, like I said, with Bankrate or Movoto, where they get introduced to OJO, the product, and they've been interacting with OJO. And then at some point they're ready or need to be connected to a professional, and then we make that introduction. So it's either someone who's been interacting with OJO for some time on figuring out what they like and narrowing it down and seeing properties and coming up with questions, or if it's someone who is online, laying in bed, fills out a form saying, I want more information on this house, or I'd like to see this house.
All right. Now I remember Movoto, before you picked them up, before OJO Labs picked them up, I remember them working really hard on their organic feed. So SEO, search engine optimization. Are you guys still going deep into that, or? Very deep. They're a phenomenal team. I mean, most people, they're like the best kept secret out there. It's the 5th most trafficked site in the country. I mean, there's Zillow, Realtor.com, Trulia, Redfin, and then Movoto. And Movoto is growing fast. Dude, I love that, because I remember talking to that internal team a while back. So that's good. They're going to keep on working on that. So what do you like about that combination of OJO Labs and Movoto? What stands out to you and says, wow, this is cool, and this is why it's awesome for agents? Yeah. So it really supercharges what we're doing. It immediately puts us in communication or in contact with a lot more consumers, right? Because there's so much traffic on Movoto. So it allows us to be introduced to consumers at a much higher rate and faster rate than we were prior to the acquisition. So that combination is great. For most businesses, whether it's a restaurant or any other thing, customer acquisition is a big piece of it. And Movoto instantly gives us that piece. Nice. All right. And what about on the brokerage side of this? I noticed that you guys also have a broker option. Can a broker come in and do the same thing for their brokerage? Is that what you mean? Or how does this work? Good question. So right now we have a partnership with Realogy Corporation. And so we have a program for some of the Realogy brokerages called OJO Conversion Boost, where if there's a brokerage that's generating or buying leads, they can put those into OJO, where we'll triage, incubate, nurture those leads. And then when the consumers are ready, we'll connect them back to one of their agents. So OJO Conversion Boost is a program right now that we're running through Realogy, and it probably won't be long before we start doing that for other brokerages. And if there's any brokers that are interested, please reach out, and we'll be happy to talk to you about the possibility. All right. After talking to you, I got an idea. There's a company I know that's similar to e-commissions, but not as greedy. And I think I think you guys could look at something. I'll text you.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking out loud there. Dude, well, you've gone into like this awesome vertical of being a real estate agent, then a team, then going into the executive world of amazing companies. What can you share with us, real estate agents here listening in, as something that you've learned over the last 10 years of transitioning here, or a little longer, that can help us with what we're dealing with in the world right now?
Yeah. So there's a couple things. I've always believed that mindset is like the biggest asset we have. It also could be our biggest liability, but you know, aimed in the right direction, it's our biggest asset. With what's happening in the world right now, you cannot operate effectively without the right mindset and a strong mindset. So that's certainly one of them. The other thing, and I think it's been a universal truth and will continue to be one, and that is opportunities come to the people who get results at a high level. You know, the opportunity I have right now, any opportunity I've had came from me producing at a high level or getting results at a high level. And it doesn't come from knowing the right people or asking or anything else. Sure, some of those things might help, but if you're getting results at a super high level, opportunities will come to you. And that means whether just as an agent, if that's where your focus and your vision is, you will get more and more business by doing a great job. You know, that's the nice thing about being able to build momentum in this business. But other opportunities also come to those who get a lot of results. I mean, some of my best real estate investments came from opportunities and continue to, you know, through getting results for people.
Dude, I love that. So what's next for OJO for 2021? Anything exciting here that you want to share with us as we close?
Hey, well, you know, what we're sharing with everyone right now is at the very early stages, at the very beginning of what we're doing. So we're super excited about 2021 and really ramping this up in a big way. Like I said, beginning of November is when the introductions really start flowing, and then in January we'll probably be at full speed and going fast.
Wow, dude, perfect timing.
Yes, yeah.
Perfect timing.
Well, perfect, right, because you had me on to share, so thank you for that opportunity.
Thanks for jumping on, dude. That was awesome. Appreciate that. Let's have you on again as this thing starts picking up too, and as our team starts actually transacting with some of these clients. I'd love to share that as well. So
yeah, we'll both be learning. We'll all be learning together and making things better and better. So that'd be great.
Thanks, everybody. And don't forget ojo.com, super simple. I put up the link there again. If you have any questions, text me. And for everyone who signed up here for this webinar, we'll also send you the recording and also anything Chris sends my way as well, videos or links. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.